Hi, welcome to Renata Leuffen Corporation. I am Renata Leuffen, and today we want to talk about breaking the barriers in our minds. Every one of us has certain barriers which are limitations and which hinder us from going higher and deeper and from enjoying ourselves and life and our relationships much more. We have been trained to believe in limitations. We have been trained to accept a worldview that is really no longer modern and adequate. We have not been trained properly in how our mind works, how important it is to synchronize our emotions and our minds with the things that we really want in life. We have been raised up mostly with perhaps a few children who were really lucky in an atmosphere of darkness, of spiritual darkness, of spiritual death, and of a lack of knowledge. We haven't been taught the truth. The sad thing is that so many people suffer greatly today because of their past, of what happened to them, of what other people did to them, what they did to themselves, and decisions, unholy covenants which they made. Unholy covenants like I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna destroy myself, I'm gonna take drugs, I'm just gonna isolate myself, I won't trust anyone anymore, I will never fall in love again, and so on and so on. You know what I mean? It is so sad, it is so pitiful that so many young and old adults are dealing lifelong with issues which they should have never had to deal with. This is so sad that people are unable to love, people are unable to find their true positions in the workplace, people are unable to enjoy life, people are unable to have relationships based on trust. People don't like themselves, even hate themselves, because we have been brought up in ignorance. It is important that we identify what our particular mind barriers are. Sometimes it's good just to sit down for 1 hour or a couple of hours in a quiet place and really think. Think about our lives, think about who we really are, what we enjoy. Think about what has hindered us. Think about the limitations we believe exist for us. And it's then good to write everything down and to come up with a plan, with a determination to become free, to break all mind barriers. Mind barriers are weapons of darkness and ignorance against us, to basically keep us stuck, to basically eliminate us from the true and grand theater of life, where we should play and play to win and play to advance and to progress and to experience real growth. What are your particular mind barriers? Perhaps it's that you've always been on an income of $25,000. Perhaps it is that you cannot have any lasting relationship. Perhaps it is that you cut yourself. Perhaps it is that you cannot fall in love and that you visit prostitutes. What are your mind barriers? It is time today to face our mind barriers and to simply name them for what they are, and to find a strategy that works for us to eliminate one mind barrier after the other, to come into and to experience a life without limitations, a life that is what we have always desired, where we play the roles and where we speak the text, the words, the language that we always wanted to speak. A human being who is not free does never experience what it means to be a human being. We were designed to be free, and to be free means to know the truth. And the truth is here. And every one of us would progress significantly if we would be so bold and just look at the truth of ourselves. Are we really that wonderful? Are we really that bad? Is our age really a hindrance? Why do certain things always repeat themselves in our lives? What do we believe? What story are we telling ourselves every day? What story are you telling yourself in the morning? What story are you telling yourself at noon? And what story are you telling yourself in the evening and at night? Are you really living in the right story? Or are you bound in a prison of darkness, of ignorance, of dissatisfaction, and of unhappiness? If you make a commitment to freedom, if you start being honest with yourself, then you are on the road to becoming a free human being, someone who is a mind barrier breaker. We need mind barrier breakers. We need to become breakers of barriers, breakers of barriers. It doesn't mean anything that things have always been the same. It doesn't mean anything that things have always been like this. It doesn't mean that we never succeeded at this particular thing. That's completely irrelevant, because in truth, the reality is that there is no time. It is so important to break the barriers in our minds, to stop the voices in our heads that tell us we can't, we won't, we will never. Let us love ourselves and start with how we are. Let us love ourselves like we are today. And let us love ourselves and our families and other people more and more and more. And let us discover that we can live without limitations, and that we are meant to be free and free from every limitation.